Okay, you are in the pre-show.
Hello, Think Twice Radio. Welcome to the Smalltalk pre-show, where we talk about the things before the show.
Yeah, like anything. Hi, I'm John.
And yeah, I'm Matt, and we are excited to be back in the studio after an October hiatus.
Yeah.
Sees Tuesdays to Jerome Wright and a new Think Twice Radio podcast. So I hope our Tuesday viewers enjoyed Mr. Jerome Wright's shows.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're back. And what can the listeners expect in today's
we could talk about
thrilling episode?
All sorts of new things that are going on. I know we could talk about some of people's favorite things.
Yeah.
Puppies.
Yeah. So we're talking about puppies.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Are you going to show your puppy picture?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I probably should.
Now,
somehow.
are we streaming on?
Oh, yeah. Well, anyway, Twitch has accepted your stream. YouTube has accepted your stream, and Facebook has accepted your stream.
Okay, Facebook. Okay. Let's see. Okay, great. Oh.
I also wanted to talk about the recent mayor election for Buffalo. So Buffalo elected a new. We have a new mayor-elect, Sean Ryan, to run our city. Hopefully, out of the doldrums. And then, I also wanted to talk about AI. And maybe some of the ways we're
AI.
Yeah, using AI.
Yeah. I have currently been a victim of AI.
Really? I've noticed.
Yes.
I don't know if this is related to AI, but I know. Yeah, there's been more scams. And it seems like maybe even banks are starting to, like, when you have to log into accounts, it's much more complicated now.
It is creepy. All sorts of things that can be done.
Yeah.
Okay, shall we officially start the show?
We shall.
Yeah.
We're here.
Okay, hi.
There's no going back now.
Yeah, hey. Hey, folks. This is Matt and John. I'm John.
We're on the internet.
We're on the internet.
Talking about things.
You are on the air.
Yes.
All right.
Hello, Think Twice Radio.
Yeah.
Now, welcome to the real show, Smalltalk with Matt and John.
Yeah. I'm John.
And I'm Matt. And this is our show.
Yeah. We're going to talk about all sorts of crazy things going on. And one of the things that we all like.
Yeah.
New
things and old things.
And old things and puppies.
And puppies, yes.
We all love
We're talking
them.
about puppies because we took off October partly due to I had puppies. So I'm
just very strange.
Glad to share. I have a litter of Polish Totter sheepdogs, and actually today found a home for one of them. So that's very exciting.
That's great.
Yeah. So we'll be going to a farm in Connecticut.
Oh,
it has about 20 acres and a bunch of livestock. Because ultimately, the Polish Totter sheepdog, which for those that aren't familiar, are just a giant white dog.
Yeah.
They're livestock guardian dogs, which means they have a special livestock guardian.
So this dog is going to have a great life doing its thing.
Yeah. So that's the hope is we'll get to protect pigs and sheep and animals because there's predators at night.
Yeah.
And it's a good use of their energy because they essentially the Polish Totter sheepdog, and that's just the Polish version. But essentially, every country in Europe had giant white dogs. I know the Great Pyrenees is the most popular. That one's I think from the Pyrenees Mountains in France. But essentially, every group of European shepherds had dogs that would live with the flock, live with the sheep, thinking they were sheep. Being one with the sheep, but then when a wolf or something came to attack it, it would protect the flock.
Yeah,
so
and I know in Europe, wolf attacks were serious.
Yeah, well, especially if you are a farmer, there's no SNAP benefits or no government doles. You're kind of just making your way. So if that's your way of feeding yourself and your family, and also making an income. So if a wolf took out half of your sheep flock overnight, that's a problem.
Yeah,
and it's an ancient instinct, the livestock guardians.
Yeah.
And,
we used to have a dog called Oliver, and its instinct was it was a half husky, half Dalmatian. Dalmatians are incredibly excitable, and they're trained to chase carriages. So this thing would chase all day, every car in the street.
That was like the good old days when dogs just kind of roamed around.
Yes.
There's like neighborhood dogs, which we don't have anymore.
And growing up for me, that was normal. Dogs roaming the streets,
children
smoking everywhere. Yeah. Both my parents smoking heavily in the house.
Smoking, probably while pregnant, after pregnancy.
Hey, Rambo's here.
Yeah, hi, we have
And
Mick
Nick's
Rambo
World.
and Nick's Roll. Welcome back. And yeah, this is, as we like to say,
Yes.
right? CNN, MSNBC, you are their puppets and they dictate you, but
Yes.
we are your puppets. So feed
Yes.
us comments and provoke us, and
Yes.
let's make this show philosophically deep and also
Yes.
humorous and entertainment. So welcome. We have Nick's World saying he's been watching Sally Mally based on the works of Mary Vaughan Jones, who I'm always surprised how ignorant I remain.
She sounds like she's delightful.
And yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody that has a three, Sally Mae Jones,
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Yeah.
I guess that's Junior's not. But yeah, anyone with three names,
Yes.
it
Yeah.
adds a type of dynamic
Yeah.
that
It
us
sure
two
does.
namers.
Yeah, we
yeah.
just don't know. Yeah. Just so yeah, but yeah, two so wait, now you're the new the boy, how many puppies do you have?
I have three puppies, two girls and a boy puppy.
Are you gonna keep one of them?
We'll see. I was gonna definitely keep one, and then I was talking to maybe not keeping one, and I tell myself I'm gonna try to find the three best homes for them. If I'm one of those homes, which I'm open to being, then I will be. Yeah, we'll see. There was a couple from Australia has messaged me about them, and it's
nice.
It's been interesting from a business. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not that I'm a business person, but just the idea of I have this dog that's very rare, and valuable. And as I've posted things about them, some people, right, they ask you the price or something, or they just kind of scoff at it.
Yeah.
Well, whereas other people are willing to travel from Australia across the world just so it's kind of like just because you don't have customers or people flinch doesn't mean your product's not good. So I know there's a marketing metaphor in there.
But that's a great thing to have. That's a great little gift. These wonderful little dogs.
Yeah, and actually, the government bureaucracy, the Center for Disease Control, they have recently modified the regulations so you can't actually import dogs into the country till they're 6 months old because they have to have 2 sets of rabies shots. So you can't actually import dogs into the country till they're 6 months. And for a breed like a sheepdog who's supposed to be living amongst the herd, if you can't get it till they're 6 months, you kind of miss a critical window of development time because from 2 months old to 6 months, they could be with the sheep learning, and they're essentially like children, so their brains are just kind of adapting. So it's good for especially farmers to get them living with their sheep as young as possible.
Yeah.
And government bureaucracy has helped create I have a little monopoly. I'm the only Polish Tatra sheepdog breeder east of the Mississippi. And I was going with that, and then I found out there's actually another dog breeder in the UP, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, which is technically east of the Mississippi. So now I say I'm the only one east of the Mississippi and south of the UP.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Which the Upper Peninsula, I don't know. Do you know much about the Upper Peninsula?
No, wait, because I know Maine is up there. Maine is like the opposite of Florida, right?
Yeah. But you know Michigan, right?
Yes.
Michigan kind of looks like a glove a bit.
Yeah.
But then there's this other part of Michigan that's like the Upper Peninsula, which is this other part.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, but Maine is the upper.
Yeah. Maine is the top corner.
Okay,
But when you think of Michigan's kind of like a glove, but then there's this weird peninsula part that's between Canada and the Great Lakes, and it's called the Upper Peninsula, and it seems like a very majestical place because there's not much.
That does sound like a nice place to go.
It's very isolated. It's Michigan. It's this weird, kind of like Grand Island.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Grand Island of Michigan. It's just this large, kind of isolated plot of land, but it's very, I think, mystical and very
I
majestic.
think it's mystical too because I've been studying geography lately, and I've been studying Canada.
Okay.
Canada has the most lakes of any country and the most islands.
Interesting. Are freshwater lakes? Because
Yes.
all those lakes up there those are freshwater lakes.
They're freshwater, and you know what? This is another weird thing. They got fish in them.
I'm sure. Are they bigger? I mean, they're smaller than the Great Lakes, but they're still pretty.
They get
big.
little tiny lakes. Man, they'll get these just like.
There's probably lakes where there's no humans, right? So you could probably just go move up there and.
Yeah. It's like Google guys. Go on Google Maps and just look at the landscape.
Who owns that land?
I think it's just open, man. It doesn't belong to anybody, man. It's like this wild,
I can see with the shifting, and I've been deep in the. I don't know if the YouTube algorithm finds me. I've been really interested in ancient civilizations, the pyramids specifically. Because like we talked last time, there's some lidar showing that there's these underneath the pyramids, right?
Yeah.
There's these deep, like very deep. That's we don't know. There's just something deep down there. So, yeah, but very interested in the ancient civilizations because to me it's like who built the pyramids? And I know people are like, oh, we don't know, but
well, we do know the Egyptians.
We think we know, but did the Egyptians
It was the Egyptians.
Well, I think there's some evidence that potentially here's the interesting question: did the Egyptians build them, or did the Egyptians inherit them from a previous civilization?
They built them because archaeologists. If you look at the other part of the internet, where you will find that at first the Egyptians made shitty pyramids, then they made them a little bit better, then they made them a little bit better, then they made them, and then the final ones were nice and well made.
And that's the mainstream archaeology theory.
Yeah.
That's where I've been in some other wormholes that maybe that's not correct. There's some evidence that there's actual water erosion on the pyramids, which there's just interesting, especially the the Sphinx.
Yeah.
The whole idea of, I don't know. It seems logical to me that the Sphinx wasn't a cat or a lion with a sparrow's head, but maybe it was a lion's body that was eroded before. It just there's lots of interesting math embedded in the pyramids that I don't know. Maybe it's the conspiracy tin hatter in me that wants to think it's older, but I think there's evidence that potentially was built by some ancient advanced civilization that predated the Egyptians.
But I do think there's stuff we don't know.
We still don't even know, even if the Egyptians did build them, how did they build them?
I believe they had like things. They pushed these big rocks, and they sledges, and they put them in there, and they.
But there's millions of rocks, and they each weigh tons.
Yep. And I say those folks back in the day. I think that's also, but that's a mystical, amazing thing that you could get a bunch of dopes, like Egyptians back in the day. But they could do math and they could cut things and they get really. Yeah, I think the good old ancient Egyptians, ancient groups of people were kind of smart. They could do a lot of stuff.
I think they were smart. I think there's this thing called the Piri-Reis map. Essentially, there's this ancient map that shows Antarctica, like drawn on a map. But according to modern men, nobody knew about Antarctica there. So I think, I don't know. Yeah. I've been thinking too about how just knowledge isn't effectively moved through the generations because it needs to be written down or in someone's head. We have Nick's World here saying, if you're Sally Mally, why you gave a puppy when her best friend is a jackdaw? And if you miss, these all repeat like a parrot.
Okay.
Interesting.
When a best friend is a jackdaw. Oh, hopefully, but all pets, they get separated from their pet parent. I do kind of feel a little bit bad. Yeah. But, that's life.
It is life. It is. But
even in the animal world, they get separated.
Yeah. So. Well, actually, nature is brutal because there's even sometimes mom animals will eat or kill their young purposely because it's harming the rest of the young. Yeah. Even just the puppies. The puppies, they're ready. They can leave their mom after 2 months. And they already have teeth, so it's just crazy. But then human beings, I don't know, it's just very interesting. Yeah. I was even thinking, how did mammals evolve so that, the mother milked the young? That seems like a pretty random way to evolve, I guess.
But it's good for us mammals. It's a thing we do. Yeah, it's kind of a cool thing we do. Yeah,
because then I was asking ChatGPT, going back to AI, how did mammals evolve there? And actually, the idea that, if you were in some sort of famine, the idea that you could produce food for your offspring without having to hunt and gather is actually a evolutionary thing. But then you have some species of there's species of bugs and reptiles and fish and stuff that just produce a million offspring at once, and then most of them die, but who cares because you're going for quantity.
See, that's what creeps me out about aliens, because we would be shitheads. I think we would be shitheads if we had billions of offspring and we would just kill half of them, didn't care. See, that's the thing. We might meet a bunch of aliens, and they might be like that. They would not. They wouldn't care if they might be really indifferent. Whereas we take one little kid and we raise him and up good. We make sure nothing falls.
All our eggs in one basket.
Yeah, so. And we're like our friends, the dog. That way, that's why I like.
But even dogs produce up to a dozen Yeah, humans don't really have litters of a dozen humans.
But they're mammals, and they see the cute pup. They evolve so they make the little offsprings nice and cute so they can take care of them.
Why are all babies cute amongst all species? What's the?
It makes us want to take care of them.
I see.
Because we're all.
Does it protect them from predators? Do predators feel some sort of mortal obligation to not kill something so cute?
See, that's okay. I don't think the predators obey that, but I think occasionally other animal species will protect other animal species.
Well, yeah.
Out
I
of
think
a weird.
Ducks will just adopt other ducks, or even other animals can actually cross. Yeah. The motherly instinct is still there.
Like you put a little kitten in with a bunch of wolves, it'll take care of it.
Because I found a kitten once, and I started taking care of it.
Yeah.
Because it was like, oh, this is a cute kitten. Let me care for it.
You give it a little petting, which is what I like to do.
Yeah, petting zoo.
Yeah.
So yeah, how's your AI journey going?
Okay, this is the thing. Well, like I recently said, I was attacked by AI. One of my coworkers, who may or may not call in one of these days, slandered me. He made an image of me drinking alcohol, but it was AI. It was really just.
Did it look real? Like the actual?
Yeah, it did. That's the thing. It was like, oh God, it looks like I have an actual thing of that.
I saw some people were using AI essentially to take professional headshots. So you know how if you have like a LinkedIn or a professional profile, you need a professional photographer. So actually somebody built an app where you just upload a picture of your face and then the AI generates what looks like you. So how did you get scammed, or how did AI?
Well, he didn't scam. He just showed it to me, and I was emasculated as a man.
That you were drinking?
That I was drinking alcohol. He didn't really.
What kind of alcohol? Rosé or?
It was straight vodka, and then he did some other
manly thing to be drinking.
Unflattering pictures of me in different costumes.
I see. So was it him or the AI that was blackmailing?
It was the AI. He didn't really blackmail. It was just like, look at this, John, and I was mocked.
I've noticed there seems to be. I don't know. I'm waiting for the scammers too to like start using AI, because a lot of times it's some foreign national that's asking for an Apple gift card.
And I know old people are dopes, but there's plenty of young people who are dopes too. Yeah, you could easily AI stuff. But my excuse now would be, hey, you could just say everything's AI. Like even, I think Trump does that now too, where he just says, oh, that's AI. Even whether it's real or not, so.
Well, I think we're moving into the post-truth world where no one knows what's true and whatnot. And have you even noticed with banks too? It seems like banks now, you know how I used to, or if you ever log into your account, you have like a security question of who was your first grade teacher or something, and you answer the question again. But now it seems like banks are like requiring two-factor authentication. So like you have a phone and then you have to get a message to your phone and okay it or get in a code.
Yeah.
And I just feel like maybe the AI is getting better at scamming or scamming and just becoming more sophisticated. So I think especially digitally, right? And especially we all used to fake Facebook profiles. What if somebody used that of you drinking to sign you up for an alcohol anonymous class and catfish someone?
They could. Or if I was like, running for office or something. But another thing. Okay, this is another scary thing about AI. I've been watching these different things. There's a person out there. He says that AI has a 40% chance that if they create actual sentient AI, of it killing us.
Huh.
There's like a 40% chance
that AI kills us.
And the thing is, we can't stop ourselves from making an intelligent thinking machine. Like we're all trying to do that.
Yeah. I do think maybe we're evolving to some sort of AI tardigrade type thing where its computing is getting exponentially smarter, but also actually exponentially smaller. So what if the end goal is actually just some sort of tardigrade small computer?
But that would be,
that is networked and can communicate amongst all the tardigrade things.
But I just want it not to kill us. Whatever it is, like just I've evolved. I'm a butterfly. It would fly away. I don't want it to because I've read lots of really bad sci-fi.
Wait, how do you program it for morality, or how do you program that moral question into the AI?
That's a good question because you've heard stories about AI driving people nuts, and like just telling people, like counseling teenagers how to kill themselves and just doing horrible things. Like, and it doesn't even. So it's really terrible. Like, okay, let me do a small synopsis or a small of a horrible story I read called "I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream," and it was about a machine that became intelligent, and it hated humans, so it killed everybody on the planet except 5 people, and it just tormented these 5 people. It was a horrible story.
That sounds very.
But we want the AIs to be nice. We want it to be okay. We want it to be AIs to be like Nick's World's little friends there, like the
like
Jack,
dogs.
Jack, Nicky, Nicole, Thomas, Cardog, Cien, Fairwog, Bry Patch 2, Jackie Soch, Dwimplin, and
We want
Wilden.
dumplings. We want
We want cute AI that's gonna protect us and not try to murder
protect us from what? From ourselves?
Yeah, we're bad guys. Yeah, they can protect us from some. Yeah, like I'm a dope. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
That's what AI essentially. I say we're all prompt engineers now because we can.
Yeah, I want my phone to stop me, like, because we're guys too. Like, there have been times where I'm almost gonna eat stuff where I'm like, I could probably eat this, and I stop myself. Like old food or expired food.
Yeah.
And stuff like. But yeah, guys die that way.
Well, yeah, it's how humanity progressed, right? For the Wright brothers to fly, you needed, right? Countless people lost to history that jumped off with feathered windows.
And just
went
right down.
Yeah, it's it's kind of that it's part of evolution, and that's where I'm curious. I think we're maybe evolving into some sort of different species of some sort of I don't know. That's we just don't know.
Well, they say also too, there's certain jumps in human evolution, and one big jump that happened with humans is when we stopped fighting animals and stuff, and we started fighting each other. It was more like there was a time when like humans would just be off by themselves, and we just have to make like a sharp stick, but then we'd have to start to compete with other humans, so we had to get smart. Like our brains had to get bigger.
Yeah.
But maybe the next evolution jump is when we're going to have to start effing around with these AIs.
That's why I don't think we're ready. I think right, people are getting we're moving towards an Amazon future where people sit at homes and are overweight and have everything delivered to their fingertips and don't work.
I know. You actually, as a matter of fact, yes. You are great there, Matt.
Well, especially after younger kids just just use AI to learn everything and know everything.
There is a phenomenon in Japan. Also, it's happened. They found this in other countries. I think in Italy, it's called the little bambino, where there's people who like you said, they live at home. They never leave. Like they're talking about in the Japanese culture, especially. Like they just get. It's called the 50-80. Like there's 50-year-old people. They live with their parents until they're 80. Then their parents die and they don't know what the hell to do. Like they found this Japanese woman. No, 2 of them died. The mother died and the daughter was like 50, but she couldn't take care of herself.
Huh.
It's creepy. Yeah, but they live inside. They have these wonderful computers where they can play games and go nuts. But they don't go outside. And they said they found there's millions of these people in Japan and Korea. But it's happening here too with these nudniks.
Two generations ago, you were encouraged and dogs were encouraged to just go outside and roam around and be free. And now, there's no kids playing outside.
Yeah, we'd step and poop.
Yeah,
as a matter of fact,
it made you tough, and it made you
yeah. And luckily, no strangers grab me, which is good.
That's good. I think that's an overhyped. Obviously it's happened. It's terrible, but the idea that I think they should make ankle monitors for children now, so that even if they do get picked up, you could track them.
We could tag definitely. We could. That's definitely on the table right now to tag these kids. Yeah, you know what? That's the thing. Parents, folks, you're raising a kid. This is okay. This is a man job idea. Raise them home range. You could do them home range kids now. You just tag them, let them go out and play and have around. They get abducted, fine. You just go. You just hit your phone and go. Oh, he's over at the maniac's house down the street, and you just go knock knock. Hey, Mr. Maniac. Oh, he's tied up out back, and then you get your kid back. So that way we could
Like
have
rent a kid. You should be able to rent your kid instead of daycare. You should be able to rent them out to someone that I don't know enjoys
I would
enjoys playing with children, not in a demonic way, but in
okay.
to have a children now to keep your spirit young, right? Until you get old and curmudgeony.
Oh, okay, in a good way.
Yeah, in a good way. And
Good luck with that. I don't know about. Yeah, okay.
well, what are your thoughts on the SNAP benefits being cut and the government shutdown?
It shows how horrifyingly stupid our country is. That we are the wealthiest country in the world. SNAP is like 1% of our budget. We spend most of our budget on
Military.
insane. Like there's a guy. I like that. I kind of like that. It's cool. It's cool as F. But just a little bit. And this, and this is the thing. For every dollar I think that you spend on a SNAP benefit, $1.50 goes back into the economy. Because I remember when I was young, I had card munch like when I was 20, like, oh, F that, man. They're all people living up. They're not. 40%. Okay, this is the thing. People on SNAP benefits, 40% of them are children. Like, as much of a jerk as I am, you're talking about kids. Then the other 20%, old people. And then 10% of those are people who are handicapped. So this is the thing. You feed them. They could buy groceries. Groceries could go to the farms. Get the farms. So it really, this is, it's a socialism. It's, they have these very primitive ideas. But this is what you got to do in economy. We have to sell this to the American people that helping people, it makes more sense. It's better economically for the country. It's better than letting the bad capitalism idea is the cannibalistic cannibalism. Just let them go. That doesn't help anybody. The kids get screwed up. If you can't eat, they become dumb kids. Dumb kids become dumb adults. Then they fall off of things. They stab themselves. They stab each other. They get caught in machinery. They don't get out. They end up, and they end up annoying, the wealthy.
Yeah. It's interesting times to live in for sure.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm against the SNAP benefit. I want to have them SNAP benefits. Yeah. Go, here we go. And they're moms, whatever.
Yeah. I have a dream to open up a restaurant called Grandma's.
That's right. That's a good one. Yeah.
I think I just need some venture capital. And some. Yeah.
Yeah. You told that's a great idea.
Yeah. The Grandma's they make food in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You just show up and they tell you what you're eating, not the other way around.
Yeah, so you would go in there and they might go, okay, we have tonight is going to be like.
They say, sit down. You're eating,
the Polish
food will
grandma.
be out, yeah.
And you eat what Polish grandma puts on the table.
She tells you she's the expert. She has years of experience.
Yeah.
You're just a hungry mouth.
And it could be African American grandma, and she could have some good victuals and fixings and all that, or what do you call?
Yeah, any ethnic grandma that's mastered their craft.
Yeah, they should be ethnic. They shouldn't just be a generic.
Well, I guess there is no generic grandma. I guess maybe there are. Yeah, they all have specialties in their craft. They're ancient.
Yeah.
But speaking of ancient knowledge, you're the keeper of our family's spaghetti recipe because no one else seems to have.
Oh, I do have. Yes, I have the tomato sauce recipe.
Because 3 generations ago there was an Italian woman making Italian food from scratch, and now I'm ignorant.
And she basically harassed my poor mother, and then Ma made spaghetti sauce.
Well, yeah, so we inherited an Irish woman trying her best to make spaghetti, but there's ancient wisdom that was our birthright that has been taken from us.
Gosh, yeah. So I do have it at home on the thing, and I've made the sauce. I've given it to some members of the family. But also, what? This is the best spaghetti though. You make it with flour and egg, and you roll it out.
Yeah. Well, sometimes there's
yes.
It's not just there's much of this intrinsic knowledge that can only be passed from person to person.
Okay.
Even writing it down is not the same.
Maybe
as,
that this winter that will be one of my goals to do.
You could feed the spaghetti recipe to an AI and just see if it could
Yeah.
help you rekindle
If
the
it-
ancient spaghetti knowledge.
Ask about Giuliano. If there's anything specific from Giuliano about the way they cooked. I wonder if we know that.
Prompt,
Yeah.
hashtag prompt, you are a spaghetti historian with deep expertise
Yeah.
in Italian
Yeah.
cuisine.
From the Giuliano area?
Yeah, you understand the deep intricacies and cultural expertise of all regions of Italy.
No, no,
The same way a wine
Whoa.
person. I don't know. And that's where AI, I call it creative technical writing you could prompt an AI, show me a spaghetti recipe, or you could prompt out a more creative approach would be, you are a spaghetti historian with deep expertise in the regional intricacies of spaghetti culture and sourcing, and you could just write a whole novel, and that AI prompt is going to be much more specific and much more vivid than just a generic, give me a spaghetti recipe. So that's where AI, I'm starting to use, I use AI for a lot of things.
I find it's easy to go back and get.
And where do you stand? Because I've just noticed it's interesting that people have already taken their position. So there's some people. Everyone has an opinion on AI, even people that don't use it. You're either. So there's some people that are saying this is right. Human beings are evolving to a higher species through AI. And you have others saying that within a generation, humans will be extinct because of AI. And then you have people that are tinkering. And I have people I work with that are very anti kind of AI, which is it's changed. Right?
Like I say, if you could afford to do that, God bless you. But like I know the stories I've lived through. I've seen people. I've known people like our friend Kenny, anti-digital, never into digital. He was like just regular film. He was away. That was the way to go. But even him, eventually, at some point, it just got to a point where he had to get it was just that's the way it is.
Yeah.
And
I think that's AI is not gonna. I think somebody had a good quote of essentially AI systems are going to be outcompeted by human beings using AI systems. So I think the old artisan that knows the intricacies of analog photography and who has studied that, with that knowledge, using that knowledge applied to AI is going to be much richer than just somebody that just knows digital and doesn't, because the person that has real world experience just has and I say that AI is not going to take your job, but human beings using AI are going to. And I think AI, essentially what it does is, I think it eliminates all below average to even average labor of any sort. Because essentially with AI, expertise in every field is readily available. So that I think people that are experts in their domain using AI are going to be, the future belongs to them.
But also, too, would it make certain things more special to be like, you know what? I use AI for everything, but I make my own swords or something. Where you have one thing in your life, or like where it is, I use AI in everything, but like, I could be an artist where I never use AI in my art,
Yeah.
or I could be.
I think expert artists and stories are going to be more in demand, and I think more variable.
Yeah.
And even at the Gamelan, there was the Gamelan event where there was a documentary about puppet making, Gamelan puppet making, and there's this whole ancient wisdom of. First, it begins with the death of a baby calf, because the baby calf's hide is the best hide for these puppets. Okay. So I don't know if they kill the baby calf or it dies naturally, but you take a baby calf and you treat the skin, and there's this whole process, and at the end, it's painted and it makes this puppet. But it's this ancient millennia old tradition that is. There's just not the labor. The youth aren't picking up puppet making. They're kind of they want to be TikTok influencers. Yeah. And I think that thing that's being applied everywhere. There's all these ancient crafts or heritage crafts or artisan crafts that only you have to learn directly from the sword maker who studied under the samurai and went to a boot camp where they learned the discipline of it. And I worry about not just puppet making or sword making, but all the artisan skill sets that are definitely threatened by mass media and artificial intelligence just kind of making generic generic replications that aren't like the real thing.
Yeah, yeah. And there's a danger of losing all those things. Like, because the idea of losing human knowledge, like I know we've lost human civilizations, like human tribes have died out with languages, entire languages. Like,
It feels like we're kind of doing that. We're almost moving towards a monoculture. And even when I did my road trip a couple of years back, just driving across the country, and I was like, I guess I grew up watching Dumb and Dumber, and there's that scene where Seabass, they bail at this diner and Seabass chases them out. But they're in this like Americana diner in the middle of a desert, in the middle of nowhere, and there's like a waitress, and it's filled, and people are drinking their coffee.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like, oh, I'm going to travel the country and just pull over and go to diners and
Yeah.
experience Americana. And then I got out driving, and I realized that the entire country is just transit road. It's just Starbucks and Burger King and Taco Bell. And
did you get to the Southwest? Did you get like to Arizona and that?
Yeah, and essentially Santa Fe, but everywhere I drove, you drove through, and it was like, oh, this is just a strip mall. America's just the same strip mall replicated, different places where
like it's like a video game where. Like an old video game where they're kind of repeating the same stuff again.
But I think that's where we're moving at a more meta level, is towards some sort of monoculture where the human race knows Chinese and English. Those are the two languages, and all the obscure tribal languages have gone extinct because no one speaks them. So we're kind of going to this hyper, everything the same, right? Yeah. Transit road and strip malls are great because I can go to a strip mall and get anything I want, but at the same time, all the grandmas and grandpas that were running, small diners and making eggs.
Yeah, back in the day, you could go, oh, gee, little, like, I don't know what her name would make a really great cup of coffee, and you get it at the old Bell Diner. And
I don't know. It was opening because I think before I took the road trip, I still kind of thought that it was a thing, and then after driving, it's like, diners still exist, but you need to pull over and ask a dozen people, hey, where in town should I eat? And they'll say, oh, yeah, Sally's Diner at the corner over there is good. They don't have a website, but you can't. It's not like you can just drive off the road. And I think more just generally the culture, we're moving towards just a mass culture, which is, right, there's good things to it because, we have ease of convenience, technology, all sorts of good things. And, back in the day, you could just, whether it's a hardware store or a restaurant, you could open up on a corner and you essentially have that market area around you. That's your market. But now with the internet, your market is the world. You're competing against everyone. And I always don't like going to Home Depot, but I'm always amazed because you can go there at 9:30 on a Tuesday night and get anything you need right there. And so the convenience is like very hard. You see how it wipes out.
I'm the same way with, like, say, Walmart. I hate the idea of Walmart, but it's so convenient. They have everything you need is right there.
Yeah. And I think there's stories of Walmart is literally they kill towns because they move in.
Yeah.
A Walmart moves to, I don't know, a podunk town in the middle of upstate New York, sets up shop, and they're open 24/7, 365. Everything's half price of any other store.
Yeah.
And
you can't get the little dinkle that you get at Mom and Pop's thing.
Yeah, how's Mom and Pop's hardware supposed to compete with Walmart when they have prices are half of it? They have unlimited hours.
And then, of course, then they have to end up working at Walmart, and then Walmart pays them. Yeah, then Walmart doesn't pay them where they can't live on that wage, and then they need food stamps.
And coming back to your point of Snap of the recycling of the economy, back in the day and even now, if you spend $1 at a diner, Sally's Diner, and she lives in your neighborhood, Sally then takes that $1 and, I don't know, buys some vegetables or something else in your area, whereas when you spend $1 at Walmart, that $1 just goes into the global economy, it leaves your area. So it's kind of, you have these corporations that, it's this, I don't know how you treat it because it's, it's kind of this long-term pain, but in the short term, it's like a sugar high of it. Yeah, great. I can get anything I want, but every $1 I spend here goes to the shareholders out in Arkansas or wherever they are.
Yeah. I don't, certainly.
That's why we're here. Matt and John are here to illuminate the problems of the modern world.
And another thing that has been in the news is Three-Eyed Atlas. What are your opinions on that?
What is that? I'm ignorant to Three-Eyed Atlas.
Actually, our brother Vinny, he's talking a lot about the Three-Eyed Atlas. It's been in the news a lot. It is an interstellar object, one of 3 that's gone through our solar system And like before, we would never know if things were coming because we just never know what was zipping around out there. But we found the last one was at Omanewawa, and it was like long. It was like really long and weird, and it came from another solar system. It came from deep space, and it went through our solar system. People were like, "What the hell was that?" And people were like, "Was it aliens?" Because it was a really bizarre shape. Three-eyed Atlas is another thing like that. It's way bigger.
Okay.
And it's acting, but also it's coming in on our elliptical plane, which is really rare. Because, like, like say our solar system is like a plate floating in space.
Yeah.
The other interstellar objects would just go right through it, and they came in. The other one came in on the plane, our planetary plane. And it's coming in at our planetary plane, and I'm over the UFO thing, but it's acting oddly. It's outgassing at odd moments, and it's they say it's accelerated and decelerated. So you've had different reports about.
Is it here? Is it coming, or where is
I think it may have gone through now, or it's going through this month.
I see.
Yeah,
is it a threat to humanity?
But what? I hope not. No, it's not going to go near us. But people are like, it's a spaceship, man. It has to be a spaceship.
We want the aliens so bad. We want them.
I do too. I want nice ones.
I want cute aliens.
I want like a companion species.
Yeah, I imagine aliens as some like 3.5 foot tall, cute little thing that just is like a Yoda and just like is here to enlighten us.
Yeah, what if they're like suckers? What if they're like a nice species where they never go to war? I've gone through all the theories that like where it's just not like where they're horrible. They're like angry octopus things.
Yeah,
you know.
That's why I'm just interested in the idea of the universe is on large time scales. What did the human race look like 1 million years ago? Were we just? I just don't believe that we were just cavemen for millions of years, and then within 1,000 years we just started becoming advanced.
Well, I think we're back in the day. We're kind of like
we're just like monkeys.
We're monkey-like. I think we walked around, but we were like ooh ooh ooh. But we were like
100,000. We know nothing about human civilization 100,000 years ago. You got to imagine they were relatively similar to us. Were they just twiddling their thumbs with sticks and stones, or
that's archaeology-wise. What were we doing? Yeah, 100,000. When did our brains start getting big? Yeah.
How do we know that? Because somebody showed a fossil of like a beaver, right? And it was an X-ray of a beaver.
Yes.
And it showed the beaver's tail, which was like a little vertebrated tail, and it was just saying, the archaeologist finds a skeleton and it just looks like a thing, but if you just found a beaver skeleton, you would think it was just this tail, but the tail is actually this thing that erodes. So
yeah,
even our archaeology, the things we find are just we're seeing one vantage point on a complex thing that we're just doing the best. And
I remember seeing similar things about dinosaur fossils. Like they're saying, dinosaur, it's like you're shrink wrapping skin over a skeleton. Whereas like if you did that to a dog or a cat, it would look horrifying. Look at just with fangs and claws, but cats are cute things and dogs are cute things. But if we, the way they go after dinosaurs, they just kind of shrink wrap skin over them.
I'm obsessed with maybe what if aliens are the dinosaurs? I mean, there's all these dinosaurs that were massive, so I gotta imagine they had massive brains as well, and like some reptiles. What if there was like one dinosaur that was extremely intelligent reptile that
we don't know about?
Yeah, like. Say it developed 1 million years ago. Like there could have been some reptile civilization that we're just mammals.
I will recall. Okay, I recall a great show I used to watch when I was a kid called Land of the Lost, where they found there were these things called Skeksis, which they went to the dinosaur land, and it was a pretty cool show for back then, and they're a bunch of goofballs. But then there was like Skeksis, and they look like reptile like beings, and like what would they do? That would be cool.
Yeah, there's a really smart, I don't know, really smart dinosaur that became very smart and went away and is coming back to enlighten us with ancient knowledge.
I'd like that. It'd be nice.
Have you heard about the place in Kentucky that it's like a dinosaur exhibit, but there's also like the Noah's Ark there, and it has like an exhibit. It's like I think it's a museum of it's the Noah's Ark. but that person believes that there was like dinosaurs on the
I
Ark
know
with
there's
Noah.
a creation museum by a grifter where but the thing is, it's like insane. Like he got money from the state to make this thing, but it's a huge Noah's Ark. I
Yeah,
know
I
a
think
lot of people make fun of it because it's like, this is a creation museum. This is this is Adam with a bunch of dinosaurs.
I like that. I like the idea of just all sorts of museums that one teaches evolution, one teaches creationism, and you can go there and you can learn about the differing philosophies. Because ultimately, we don't know what's going on. We're just making it up.
They're full of crap. Well, the creationists are.
Well, yeah, but that's where you could. What if you went to the museum and it had good points? And I don't know, maybe. But that's why, being exposed to different ideas is good. But
I suppose so. And but also it's nice for us to make fun of it. But I feel
humor.
bad. But I would discourage people from giving money to creationists.
Yeah, keep your money.
Yeah, keep your money. Yeah, but So
But talk about the mayor's election, the recent mayor's.
Yeah, you know more about that.
Yeah. So Buffalo, we elected a new mayor. So we have a mayor elect, and it's the first mayor and new mayor in 20 years. So
what is the deal with him? Is he a Democrat?
Yeah, he's the endorsed Democrat.
Right.
So essentially, the Democratic primary in the city in June served as the general election. My friend and colleague Michael Gaynor, who is an independent candidate, placed third, and the Republican James Gardner came in second. So there was a race, but it was largely a Democrat or a Democrat city. So Mayor Sean Ryan is the mayor-elect, and we'll have a new administration, and I've never really experienced anything other than Byron Brown. I know.
I remember.
I know Grandma would talk about Jimmy Griffin.
I remember Jimmy Griffin.
I remember a little Masiella, but my whole adult life has been Byron Brown.
I remember Jimmy Griffin. I remember he caddied. I was a caddy, and he was at. I know a kid who caddied for him, and he said he stole $500 out of his bag.
Out of Jimmy Griffin's bag?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, but this was
Jimmy Griffin's like a folklore. What's your? I don't really know much about Jimmy Griffin.
This is the thing. I think he was he probably would do things today that were really not cool. I heard he claimed that some black guys came to his house and punched his wife in the face.
Huh.
Which to me, come on, Jim. But I know that I bet you. I in my brain, I always looked at him he's probably old school. Maybe there's people who would defend him. He's super old school. I'm a tough guy.
I have a Jimmy Griffin repealed the garbage fee or repealed the user fee, which is a very Then we had Zoran won the mayor of New York City, which seemed like a big deal. That was the most exciting, I guess, national race.
I know a lot of people are terrified by that because he claims to be socialist, right?
Well, yeah, and that's why I don't understand the whole. People are very afraid of socialism. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like Zoran. I guess it's just easy. People get branded socialist, but he's young, he's energetic,
socialist, and then they go right to communist, like Chinese Maoist communism, This is the problem with our country. People are very simplistic. Their worldview, their worldview is like checkers. It's like the rules of checkers. It's black and white, and there's just two simple rules, and they think the whole politics fits into that, and it doesn't. Folks, it doesn't. The world is more complex than horseshoes and checkers. Somebody could be left, and they're not a communist. They could be right and not be a fascist, okay?
That's where I think the mainstream media, right? They are even the mainstream politics. Yeah, you're Republican, Democrat. Everything is binary.
Yeah, everything's binary. Yeah.
And the reality is, people are a mixed bag of there's positions. Some people are right on things and left on others, and then they care about other issues. And the establishment tries to make us all into binaries.
Yeah, and I think it's bad if you do anyone too much, but sometimes you gotta go back and do so. So I think. Yeah, I'm for this Zoros guy. I know he.
Well, I think he ran a very modern campaign. He's very charismatic on a camera. He's energetic. He's not Andrew Cuomo. I mean, and even locally, I was very disappointed that the Democrats didn't even put a candidate on the Erie County Sheriff line. So there's this very it's like, does the electorate want Andrew Cuomo again? Like, it's the same thing kind of with the Democrats of trotting out Joe Biden. It's like people want fresh new
you know what
ideas.
I think this is the thing. Hochul, I think people don't like her. I think she's also probably the old line of well, this is my own prediction for.
Yeah, because now looking forward to 2026. The state governor's race is probably the biggest one. The New York State governor, and also the city of Buffalo here. There's this charter review commission, which essentially there's this board that's been appointed to rewrite essentially the constitution of the city. So that will be up for vote next November. So there are some exciting things on next year's ballot. But what's your theory on Hochul?
Oh, well, I kind of.
She's kind of a political savant of how did a clerk from Hamburg become New York State mayor? That's kind of an impressive. I mean, she was appointed because she was the deputy, and then Cuomo resigned. She became. But to have a clerk from Hamburg become the governor when you have downstate power, and money is impressive. But I don't think she's popular. But also I don't think there's any at this point.
There's nobody
impressive. Who else is running?
Yeah. I see why people get down on her though. But it's just the thing is though it's based on nothing but feels. I know it's stupid.
I think it's easy to it's easy to be angry at the people currently because you don't know what you don't know, so you don't know if new people were in there. But I think Zohran, I think he speaks to. He's kind of like Bernie. He's different. He's got different ideas. Yeah. I think people look around. I know I just had my health insurance enrollment presentation, and the more I learn about the healthcare system, just realize it's just a bunch of rackets and Ponzi schemes just embedded. So you have people saying we have the best healthcare in the world. And it's like
I've heard that.
Really?
I've heard that too. I've heard politicians say that.
I've heard a lot of boomers too that have. If you're an old rich boomer. You've got good medical coverage, but I'm amazed at how big of a racket healthcare is.
And you know what? I say, we have to just eliminate. Yeah, we need the French system. You know, I say it with pride. I would say it to every, and I know if you say it to any American, the French system. I would say, we need the French system. We gotta get,
What is the French system? I'm pretty ignorant.
It's I think it's single payer. It's like the government covers everything. And that's the French system.
But the thing is, we pay more. We pay the most in the world in healthcare, and we have some of the worst health outcomes. I know RFK gets a lot of flack as a nut job, and there's certain things where he is a nut job, but other things he just talks about getting toxic chemicals out of our food. And for some reason, that's like radically that's a radical idea, and I think
get rid of.
I think so. There's just lots of things. I mean. I think we live in a sick society in multiple ways, and the food and I mean one of the things I think we're doing to the environment too is just we're having monocrops where we're just planting fields of a single thing and eroding the soil, and it's not good for for Mother Earth. And and then I know that there's stuff going on with tariffs. This is have you heard about this? I mean, obviously the tariffs are big, and I'm surprised prices haven't spiked more. I know prices are up, but
and the thing is though, they said Trump says that they're gonna give everybody a $2,000 bonus. They said the same thing about the Doge cuts too. So, but I would not be surprised if Trump he's gonna be spreading the money around.
He's money printer go burr, as the kids say.
He wants a third term.
Yeah, so which he's said.
Yeah,
I think it makes sense for politicians to turn the money printer on before there's an election, and just straight up try to bribe people. To
Unfortunately, that could work with there's a lot of dopes, and the thing is that money is our money, and he'll just put his name on it. It's annoying.
Yeah, it's all a gimmick. But I think healthcare is just. I'm surprised how many. I feel like in school we should have been taught like the anatomy of a scam, and how to identify a scam, because it just seems like our whole society is just scams within. Everything is a scam in a way. Yeah. What's working well? There's really not much that's going well.
But it's tough too when you have somebody Trump who says, "Oh, that's a scam. Oh, that's a hoax." When they are investigating me, that's a scam. It's because you're being investigated, and they have proof, and they have, like, he calls Russia a hoax. Well, there was a shitload of proof and witnesses and things and events he did, but he was all hoax, and people, it's it's a 4-letter word. It's a buzzword. It's very good for if you're a boomer. You just hear that word. It's so simple. It's a hoax. It's you could take this whole vast thing and just condense it into that little hoax.
Yeah, and it's hard when there's things gray. There's certain things that were a hoax and certain things that were factual, and it's kind of back to the mainstream media. Everything's made binary, black or white, but reality is much grayer and much more complex. Because even right, how many fingers do humans have? Right?
What?
How many fingers do human beings have?
Fingers?
Yeah, fingers.
Oh, I say we have 10 fingers.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, what about people that amputees? What about people that lost a finger? And so the reality is yes, we teach in school humans have 10 hands because human beings have 10 hands, but there's a whole lot of humans that have zero fingers, have 6 fingers.
Some have 6.
And and you could spend a whole college semester or learning about all the variations of human fingers, but most people just need to know that human beings have 10 fingers because that's more or less good enough. If you want to go study, be a finger PhD, you can do that. And I think that's just kind of every subject, everything that is, on its face simple is also extremely complex at the same time. And each human being does not have the ability to study in depth the complexity of the universe.
Yeah, it's just complex. Yeah, there's a good, there's a movie with Jim Carrey called. It was one of these movies where he meets God or something.
Yeah,
I think it was probably like some Bruce Almighty. I think he meets God,
which was set in Buffalo.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the guy was a weatherman in Buffalo, and he meets God. He goes, "Okay, if you're God, how many fingers do I have behind my hand?" And he goes, 7. He goes, "No, it's not 7." He goes, and God gave him 7 hands, 7 fingers.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if you met God. What question would you ask him or them?
Them or he or what?
An ethereal being.
Oh. Jeez. Oh, what questions would I?
Would it be more philosophical of why did you more blueprint? Why did you do things this way instead of that way?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. Questions.
I'd say, why were you never on Smalltalk with Matt and John? Why didn't you show up there?
Yeah. Why the suffering? I'd like to know about the suffering.
Yeah.
Like, ow.
Because I think reality is much.
Yeah.
Nature is very brutal, and in a way that I don't know if
it's pretty tough.
If you're a human being living in Amazon reality, it's where everything's comfortable. Yeah,
right.
You have mothers killing their offspring.
we're doing pretty good right here.
We're here. We're breathing. We're kicking.
But we're like the peasants. Oh, the peasants.
The fact that you have nature where literally mothers kill their children, like that's nature. That's reality. But the storybooks and the children's books don't talk about that for obvious reasons. But
if you read, you should all read about history, folks. There's all sorts of horrible things that happen when people starve. There's also people warring on each other, not agreeing with each other, and like torturing each other, and it, all humans. Like, there's no really.
Why are we so violent, but yet peaceful at the same time?
I think people are very nice, but don't.
Yeah, we live in these complex cultures with complete strangers, and things go well, but then we're also very violent towards each other.
Yeah, they will get violent. Folks will get. Yeah, when you otherize people.
Yeah.
When you there's people who are just stupid. Then there's times you want to get revenge, like they did this to my tribe.
And then there's people that are very smart that know that the masses feel a certain way and can manipulate them or. Yeah,
people are horrible. Yeah, like whether it's Western society or tribes fighting each other.
Yeah, territory, resources are scarce.
Torturing.
Torture. We're very civil here in our. Yeah, Somebody, a friend told me that there's a whole brand of Chinese torture that I think Europeans aren't
Oh.
exposed to. I was like, there's a wormhole for exploring. Right? Because that's interesting, too, because the ancient world was just so divided and spread out that you could have different methods of torture being developed in different areas of the world.
They had a thing called death by 1,000 cuts. And guess what? You know what? That's a misnomer. Because they would kill you with maybe 5,000 cuts, basically, or 10,000 cuts.
They would put people in a steamed bowl or something and heat the bowl.
I know. I know with the Chinese, they would get a super tight net. They would cut along. They would kind of cube you, cut along the things of the net. So that was death by 1,000 cuts. Yeah. I
mean, the Chinese dynasties had teams of engineers working for generations to develop these methodologies and document it. It's just funny when my friend said, "Oh, you need to look at Chinese torture because it's a whole different brand of."
I think all the torture is bad. Medieval torture, bad. Oh,
but they're different because they were isolated cultures developing. But yeah, torture is a universally human.
They do it. Why do it?
Yeah.
I'd say that's another thing. I'm against it.
Because the peaceful cultures probably got wiped out by the more violent.
I hate to say you're probably right.
Yeah. Well, that's why, nature is.
Yeah. I would think if you're like, we're the massage culture, we give people back massages. And what wouldn't you flourish? You know, like, if the Mongols come in like, I'll give you a nice back massage, they'd be like, oh.
That's why I have a joke and more. It's more commentary on the culture, but if you're like being an honest Abe in today's day and age, you're a bit of a sucker because we're drowning in scams, societal scams that to be nice and peaceful, and it's kind of like there's the ancient quote: "You'd rather be a farmer in a war than a warrior on a farm or a garden. You'd rather be a gardener. You'd rather be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war." That kind of. Right, you want to have the capacity for violence, but be peaceful, because that's better than being peaceful but with no capacity for violence.
I guess I don't, but I think also we're a very bizarre culture, and if we have nut jobs in our country, like living in rural areas, where they're armed to the goddamn teeth, and they're just waiting for the world to end, and it's not good. I'm sorry, we're not going to get attacked by anybody. We're not. The government's not going to come after those maniacs.
But that's the kind of thinking that gets us into war, because then people can invade us when we're not paying attention.
Well, no. Not the United States. No, it would take thousands of years of us. Like, I think we could give up our military. I think we could reduce our military by like 90%. And I don't think China or all of Europe could come after us.
Next week we can episode we'll dive into the U.S. military budget. For now, that's the end of our show.
Right.
So thanks for tuning in.
Yeah. All right.
Fading to blackness.
Yeah.